Hey guys, it's Johnny Lamb, the Believing Billionaire, coming to you as promised. I said that I would go live, and this is the second video. So thank you for joining me. As we build things, guys, build, no pun intended, with the Empire State Building Hotel, things will go forward more and more and more in regards to marketing. Let me turn the music in the background. I'm trying something new today, so just kind of bear with me. And who I have in the background, by the way, is Yo-Yo Ma, one of my favorite artists out there in the classical scene, but also he's so adventuresome and so forth as well in his different genres that he does of music, and so forth. And this particular one is with the Mongolian ensemble. So check it out. Matter of fact, I'll just give you the information. It's Silk Road Journeys by Yo-Yo Ma, the Silk Road Ensemble, and Yo-Yo Ma. And I just thought, wow, this is perfect to be able to have in the background for what I'm getting ready to share with you. First of all, before I do that, so I say it right off the cuff here, guys, I'm asking you to volunteer to help me with the Empire State Building Hotel, okay? And specifically, I need an assistant. And that assistant needs to be someone that has quite a bit of business experience, and so forth, and understands business and so forth. And so that's who I'm going to be interviewing and etc. I said that in the last live video, but I said at the very end, and I don't expect you to be watching 42 minutes of yours truly talking and then finding out. But at any rate, for those that want to volunteer and help get this thing off the ground with the Empire State Building Hotel and be able to change history such as it's never been done before, and you desire to help with this, and you desire to work with me, and you're in cahoots with me, you're in team with me, you're connected with me. That's what I said in my videos a few days back and so forth. You're connected with me. I want you. As long as you know the Lord, as long as you have a heart to bring Christians and Jews together for such a time as this, you understand that it's the last days and so forth. I want you to volunteer with me and help me be able to move forward with the Empire State Building Hotel. Now, how do you do that? You go to my website, bit.ly/Believing Billionaire for God. And specifically, that's bit.ly/Believing, and there's a capital B in Believing, Billionaire, there's a capital B in Billionaire, and there's a capital A in Billionaire, and then the number 4, and then God, and God is capitalized, G, capital G _D. Got it? And there's capital G _ capital D. So it's a very creative website that I have out there. But anyway, you go at any rate, you go down and you look at all the different social media and so forth. Last time I said get a hold of me on so much social media. I'll limit it this time. You can contact me via Facebook. You can call me directly here domestically, not overseas, please. And then you can look me up on WhatsApp. Now, WhatsApp isn't on my site yet because there's not a spot for it. But I'm hoping and praying and imagining that will be the case soon here with the venue that I use for that and so forth with my website. But at any rate, for international connection with me, look me up on WhatsApp. Johnny Lamb and the Believing Billionaire. I've got my moniker out there with my photo with me and my wife, and so forth. So just contact me that way. But you can contact me by phone, on my website, by Facebook. You can do Twitter too if you want to. I look at Twitter quite a bit. And then WhatsApp internationally. Now that's to build our volunteering team in that regard. Now, you guys have seen that the title of this is Look Out for the Empire State Building Hotel is coming forth. And guys, I'm so excited in that regard because, and I also told you about the last video, if you saw the last video, It was how does the Empire State Building Hotel, autism, and then also your dreams relate together. And so we're going to talk about that here in this video. And also, I promise I'm gonna be very short here, no more than 10 minutes. That's the goal right now. So in that regard, let me show the book because I said I'll always show the book, Building the Empire State, and so forth. All right. Now here's the deal. Recently, guys, I've had some time with the Lord, and I got to be honest with you, just to share with you and be transparent with you. I was like, Lord, I don't have the skills. I don't have the ability. I don't have enough business experience. I don't have enough business knowledge. I don't have a team with me at this time. And God, I don't have any money, to do this. Like I said, I have some money, but I don't have a lot, that much money to go after the Empire State Building and make it a hotel. I do have ideas, I'm working with my tea business, as I've told you about, and so forth. But even that takes money. I have an idea about the Empire State Building Hotel film documentary, but that takes money. So, and I don't have all these things. So the Lord spoke to me and he said, Johnny, what are you doing? And I said, what am I doing? He said, you are looking in. You are looking in. You're looking at yourself. You're looking at your resources. You're limiting the vision that I have for you and that I've called you to, and so forth. You're limiting it by your knowledge and your understanding. You're not looking out. You're not looking out. You need to be looking out. I'm looking out. I'm looking towards the Empire State Building itself, towards the Empire State Building Hotel. That's the reason I have it all, blasted all over the place. He said, you need to look out and then to look up, look up to me. So look out and look up. Now, guys, that is the secret. That is the secret to fulfilling your dream. Now, how does that relate to autism? Let me tell you how that relates to autism. First of all, I've shared with you guys that I have 2 children with autism. I have 2 children with autism. Now, let me make it very clear. In regards to autism, it's very, very interesting. How do I say it? It's a very interesting thing, for want of a better term. And that's this. Autism, what they have found out is that it's basically a neurological disorder. Okay. And with me having a stroke, as I've said before, back in 2007, and then going through the recovery of the stroke, believe you me, as I tell you, I can relate in a huge way in having that neurological aspect within your body being affected, even to the point that I've kind of wondered, like, wow, I can really relate to my 2 sons in a huge way and understand them in a huge way, because the stroke and recovering from it and so forth has affected my body in such a huge way neurologically and so forth that it has been just something else. Like I've entered a different realm. But on the positive side, yes, I see it where it's like the Lord has changed my neurological aspect and understanding things, be able to sense things, see things. That's one thing he told me. He says, you're able to see things that other people can't see in regards to the Empire State Building Hotel. And actually, that's the way it is with people out there that are successful. I don't know if I've mentioned this before on videos. You'll have to forgive me. But Ellen DeGeneres, for instance, the way she was able to be such a success in comedy, she was able to see things. I call it the juxtaposition. She's in comedy, but she was able to see the juxtaposition, the juxtaposition, the juxtaposition, the juxtaposition, all the way down to the nth degree. And she saw things that others couldn't see. And that is what made her successful. She says that herself. She saw things she wasn't able, that others couldn't see. So we might go a little bit over 10 minutes. I just saw the clock up here with YouTube. God bless YouTube. But at any rate, as a result of that, I have been able to see things other people can't see. Well, in regards to autism, they can feel, sense, touch, deal with all this stuff that other people can't see. So that aspect is good. It's good, but there's an aspect where that has been twisted in such a way related to autism that it causes our children, for instance, to get very anxious, to start getting violent, to lose it, and all this type of stuff. So they're connected at a different level within their atmosphere, within their surrounding that we can't relate to. But by the same token, it is not beneficial to them. It's not beneficial to us. That's nothing in regards to children or families with autism. My hats go off to them, guys. It is. I can't think of a way that issues forth more stress within a family uh, than autism. There's just no way. I mean, there's it's like holy crap. I mean, it's just it's beyond words. It's beyond understanding. But in that regard, they're able to see things and connect with things that others can't see, and so that part is good. But then, like I said, it's all twisted, and so then they have a challenge within society and within their spatial relationship and all this type of stuff. Now, I want you to understand and believe and understand and receive from me, as your friend here talking, that I love and respect and admire my children. Matter of fact, my two children that have autism, to me, okay, they are the bravest individuals that I've ever known, no doubt. And my hats go off to people with autism. And something needs to be done in regards to autism. And that's one of the reasons, guys, that I want to be a believing billionaire, and I am a believing billionaire because I want to be able to change that whole arena with autism. I know we have Autism Speaks and all that type of stuff. And that's good, hats off and whatever. But I want to do something different in that regard, because especially with us having such, we're privy to that environment. Okay. But the point is to some degree, if you can hear me, autism causes them to look in. And even when they got started, they just kept looking in. They kept looking in. And like my son, all he would do is he would twist a little ball around like this for hours at a time. Well, as they've had therapy and different things and so forth, and to the glory of God, they've been able to look out. They've been able to look out for themselves and press forward. And I tell you, two guys that have tremendous courage are my two children that have autism. Absolutely. And my other two children have tremendous courage too. But this isn't just a different level. And it takes that courage. It takes that courage to go after your dream, and so forth. Okay, so that's what I mean. And slowly but surely they've been able to look out. So look away from themselves and look out. Because what autism does, it just calls you to look in, calls you to, be all bound and all that stuff. But we've had all these therapies and prayers and so forth from God, and they just blow the charts off. Speaking of my children, in regards to being able to not look in anymore as much, but look out more, and be connected to society. Now, I want to say this. Now, in regards to the Empire State Building, I believe on a business side that it is failing. It's absolutely failing. You have the Mawkins now. They're doing everything they can. They got the 102nd floor, renovated now for observation. They've made all this stuff. They spent millions of dollars to be able to renovate the observation part below the 102nd floor. They're on the 86th floor and whatever. And so they're creating something kind of like an entertainment thing to be able to draw people to the Empire State Building, and so forth, and be able to generate income. And my hat's off to them. I think that's great. It's wonderful. Now, here's the deal with the Empire State Building. What I've been able to do, research over these years, these 13 to 14 years, is I've been able to see that the Empire State Building, ever since it got started, they had to take the Waldorf Astoria, the hotel itself, the literal Waldorf Astoria, demolish it, and then put the Empire State Building there. And ever since it has come into inception, ever since it was created and it's gone forth, it has had challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge as far as keeping tenants there. Its location, it's in Midtown. It doesn't really have access so that people can drive there and so forth. And there's challenges in getting there on the subway, all this type of stuff. And it just kind of sits there, by itself in the middle of Midtown, and so it's kind of been like an eyesore, if you will, in the past, and they couldn't get it to succeed. They couldn't get it to move forward, and all this type of stuff. And we're talking ever since it's been done. I mean, they've had so many challenges, hell over handbasket, in regards to being able to make that thing profitable and have money and so forth. Now, the Mawkins were smart. The current owners, Mawkins, they took these other properties and they infused it in there, and they created a REIT, real estate investment trust, REIT, a REIT, and they put it all together and so forth. And now that was smart, and supposedly it went up to 1.5 billion dollars, and so forth. But I think what's happened with the Mawkins now is they're like, oh my God, what do we got to do? We're doing this, we're doing this, we've been making it green, you know, and yeah, they're getting some tenants in there, and they're getting some high level tenants, and so forth. But I don't believe it's enough. I don't believe it's enough to cut the mustard. And you know why? I'll tell you why. Because God in heaven, the Lord Jesus Christ, wants this building as a hotel. That's why. And when it becomes a hotel, it already is in the spirit. It already is, as I'm calling things not as though they are, just like you do with your dream. You call things not as though they are. You press forward. One of my favorites is Tyler Perry. As I mentioned recently, uh, he mentioned about that when you have a dream that keeps coming at you and you can't lay it down and you're obsessed with it and so forth. You need to listen to that dream, and that's what he did, and moving forward. But at any rate, going back to the Mawkins, the Empire State Building, uh, they're trying so hard to be able to make things happen, and it's just not working. People, it's not working. It's working to a degree, but it's not working in a huge way. And my idea, his idea, the Lord's idea for the Empire State Building Hotel is directly from him, and I'm just being his humble servant, his conduit to make it happen. But his believing billionaire, that's it, is from him. I didn't dream up this idea. He came to me, he spoke to me, said, make it a hotel. That's what I've been faithful to do. And he just, given the ability to be able to see it more and more and more from his perspective, and looking out and looking up and looking to him for the help, that I need to be able to do so with human capital, and then literal capital, and so forth, and support, emotional support, spiritual support, financial support, all that type of stuff. And I believe that the idea that I have to make it a hotel is directly from him. And it makes good, awesome, superlative financial sense in light of what's going to be taking place. I believe that when the Empire State Building was created, it was his idea, to make this thing a hotel. And it has been kind of, if you will, it's been under a curse, for so long. And it's time to take off that curse and bring forward the true identity of the Empire State Building Hotel as a hotel. And so the location of it and so forth, I got some ideas in regards to the parking and all that, but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag on that until it's the proper time and so forth. So, it's there. The idea is there, but I need your help to be able to help me and support me and bring this thing forward. All right, guys, tried as hard as I could to keep it smaller. At least it's not 43 minutes. So we're looking at 18 minutes and 36 seconds. So that's better. That's better. You got to give it to me. It's better. And but hey, the whole thing of looking out. I just want to share this with you. I got this watch recently, and it is just awesome. It's got 3 koi fish in it, and it's by Invicta. I just absolutely love Invicta. Absolutely love Invicta. And I get it, to remind me of my calling as his believing billionaire, because all the properties that we will own all over the world, including at the top of the Empire State Building Hotel, we will have koi fish. I just love koi fish. And I have this in front of me and constantly in front of me to be able to remind me of that. And you need to do the same. You need to do the same with your dream. Absolutely. And that's how God gives us the grace to be able to fulfill our dream, the dream that he has spoken, and so forth. So we keep it fresh before us. As long as we focus on it, as long as it's from him, guess what? It's going to happen. Believe you me. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to turn up Yo-Yo Ma here. And, oh, by the way, Yo-Yo Ma is a great example of looking out and looking up. I don't know if he's a Christian or not, but, excuse me. um, you know, he's taken his dream and his heart and he's applied it and he's successful and so forth. And he's continuing looking out by looking at different avenues on what he can do. And I just think it's great. Hats off to Yo Yo Ma with the this particular album and connecting and partnering with the Mongolian ensemble. It's just wonderful. It's turning out to be one of my favorite albums. So that should do it, guys. So hey, I appreciate your time. God bless you. G_D bless you. G_D bless you. And I'll see you at the top of the Empire State Building Hotel for such a time as this. All right. God bless you guys. Love you and appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next live. All right. Bye now.